the word, y'all. How are y'all doing? Hey, while you're watching this, don't forget, you know the spiel. Like, comment, hit that subscribe button.
Ooh, girl, have you heard? Oh my gosh. Let's talk about it. Now let's get chatty. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so we know y'all watch TV. Don't be acting like you don't watch TV.
Don't act like me all up in your house, looking at the walls and whatnot. Are you always in your Bibles?
Right.
Are you always working?
Are you always working?
Oh.
You're always busy. Always busy.
Have y'all heard of this show, Put a Ring on It? Okay, the concept of, I believe the concept of the show is, it's a therapist. She's working with 3 different couples whom have dated, and they are deciding if they want to move further into a more serious relationship as far as marriage, being married. And this last season, we just kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, this last season, which 2 of the participants, Alexis, I think is her name, and the other guy's name is Darius, I think.
Okay.
And they were like 14 years. She's been with him for 14 years.
Oh, wow.
And then it came out that it was like an off and on relationship, but she knew him for 14 years, and they kept going back to each other. And so in the end, season finale just dropped, and in the end they did not get married.
That's crazy.
Yes.
But there's different factors. Okay. What's up? There's different factors as to why they left, or
right, it's why they split. Yes.
Okay.
So when I was watching the episode, I guess she was saying that he had the condo, and she wanted him to get rid of the condo. Of course, he didn't want to, but she kind of felt like when when they get into arguments, he will leave, go to his condo. And she felt like it was just like possibly something going on, but she just didn't have, the evidence or the physical evidence. But on the show, one of the girls that he went on multiple dates with, he actually ended up sleeping with her. She was like, well, I guess when he tried to break it off with her, she said, well, what did she say? You didn't say that when you were sleeping with me, or some kind of comment where she put it out there that they slept together.
That's so messy.
And she said if she wouldn't have said it, he wouldn't have told her, so she basically would have never known.
Okay.
So of course, as a woman, that makes you feel like, all those other gut feelings where you've had, that you were always right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. When it comes to any relationship, I guess, why do people hold on so long and without marriage? Like, you'll date someone for 15 years. I feel like we discussed this before.
But once you get to a certain year marker, you feel like it's concrete or it's not.
Right. Like, you should know this person. You should know their ways, their behaviors, their temperament, how they do, how they move, whatever. And then if you have not moved to that next level, then obviously you don't want to, and you just need to move on. Like, at this point, it's just like a soul tie. There's some other benefit somewhere. It is not the benefit of marriage.
But you know what I found interesting of the other girl? I don't even know her name, but she resembled Alexis. She resembled, like, her teeth, her mouth structure.
Looking at all that,
she resembled the girl that he was with. They talked similar. It was very, like, a lot of similarities between the women. I thought so.
I thought it was interesting that that you're living with someone, and it's kind of like you think it would be like a level of respect, in the sense of, like, maybe you felt that she was, like, saying stuff about him that was kind of disrespectful in a way, and so you wanted to disrespect her back. But it was just kind of like disrespectful to be in a relationship with someone and you do something deceptive within the relationship, and it comes out and she decides not to marry you. Why don't you respect her enough to let her have her peace? And then, you move on, right? But no, he had to get in a relationship with the girl that he cheated with, and then put it blast on the show. So it's kind of like, it kind of, and I was talking to someone, I was telling someone, I said, when you do something, it's not about her. It's about your character.
Right.
It's about your character. So if you decide to do something that speaks to your character as an individual.
I agree. Agree.
That's what I was like looking at. Like he was saying, oh, she ain't marriage material. And then it came out that she was helping him financially. She was like, you know, responsible, I guess, as finances. She was like helping him, assisting him. Because, you know, you kind of can only think when a woman's with somebody that's known, that partly that could be the reason why.
Right.
Right? Because they're a big name.
And it could be a benefit somewhere for you too. So you're willing to make certain sacrifices.
Yeah.
I think what threw me for a curveball though, watching the show on the reunion, she told the girl, she said, you had to know that you were a rebound. She said because he came to the show, he had a ring for her. Like she was going to get the ring.
Who's gonna get the ring? The girl he cheated with?
No,
the 14-year relationship.
Yeah, the 14-year relationship.
I haven't seen the show, so
Well, you know, and the girl said that she was like, I don't care if he was in a relationship. And he even said, it doesn't matter that you in a relationship. I wasn't in a relationship. He was like, I wasn't in a relationship with you. We were off.
See, yeah.
And the girl was like, I don't care if he was in a relationship.
Yeah. See, I don't want to speak.
She was like, I came on the show with the mindset of finding love. That's the mindset that I had.
So I feel like she pressed down when it broke boundaries and all this stuff to get what she wanted.
Okay, I get that. She had an agenda, so she's saying she went on the show, and regardless, if you on the show too, like we're there for a reason. You're there for a reason. So whatever you got going on in your private life at home, I don't care. So I definitely can get that, and I don't want to speak to that because I don't want nobody. Because my thought process is a little different. I feel like if you're on with someone, then you're on. If you're off, then you do whatever you want to do. Whatever happens
they were on. Because if you're on a show trying to work it out, you know what I mean? Like,
but the possibility of finding out if somebody else is best for you, like,
yeah.
But that don't mean you like you on a show and you're in a relationship and you going home to somebody, you having sex with somebody else, and you are not telling them. She wasn't gonna find out until the girl had brought it out.
Unless she didn't miss it.
And to me, that's like covering. That's like you. I don't know. Do you cover your sister? You know, like
no, you can't say that.
Hey, girlfriend. Let me say,
not every girl. Not all women looking out for other women. It's just gonna keep it real. There are a lot of women that want what they want. They don't care if you got it.
And he said you can't say I wasn't gonna tell her because I was gonna tell her.
Okay, so you brought up something. This makes me think. So I know an individual who was messing with a married man, and the girl said, I want to go and tell his wife because I know his wife doesn't know. I said, that's really not your place to tell his wife. I said, she needs to find out. She's like, I know she knows what's going on because she said she has to know. And anyway, she stopped talking to him and messing with him. She's like, she just couldn't do that anymore to that lady. She said she seemed like a really good. She's like, I couldn't do that anymore to her. And long story short, like he still messaged her and be like, I miss you, I this, I that. But I'm just like, why haven't you blocked him? I'm like, you don't want to be a part of this. Like, what part of you thinks that that's okay that he's still reaching out to you? Like, and she's like, I don't know why I haven't blocked him. I said, because deep down inside, you like it. I'm like, you like that attention. I'm like, if somebody like that's like. For me, like, no, we're not doing that.
That's a no go.
Could it be just the attention? Could it be just the attention, and it don't matter who it come from?
I think so.
Some people say it's hard once you gain feelings, but in the same token, what feelings have to do with it?
What's love got to do?
You talk about feelings as in between the leg feelings?
No, like you gain feelings for a guy that's a married man. You gain feelings for him. Like it's hard to break it off, or I love him now. Like you,
they don't leave. First of all, he's not leaving his wife.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it.
Go ahead.
I find it disgusting. Okay, so say you with him physically, It's juices going everywhere, everything. It's just, to me, that's just nasty. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. They with somebody as they married, they may say, hey, we're not having sex. You don't never know what's going on in that
Right.
house.
Mm-hmm.
You up there
That's
kissing
facts.
his mouth, you don't know where his mouth been. It could have been on the front part, it could have been on the end part. And you kissing his mouth. Or you putting this thing in your mouth.
Girl,
It's been somewhere wrong.
That's fact.
That's just nasty and it's real, but that's just how I think about it. Like,
yeah.
why would I want to?
Well, same thing. You sleep with people and you don't know where they've been and what they've
It's the
done.
same.
That's with everybody. That's with everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, when you know somebody's with somebody else, when you know, or you know they sleep around. And let's be
It's
real.
just too much out here.
Condoms be slipping off and on.
Yeah. It's just too much.
Condoms be hanging.
Don't do the motion.
Condoms be hanging on halfway. I'm
Don't do the motion.
long through conversation. Okay? But I
respect Alexis because she can easily say 14 years and continue on with the cycle. But she said, so let's break it off. And I respect her as a woman because you can so easily be used to getting caught up and so used to redoing the cycle over and over and over. And let's work it out. Let's do it over. Hey, let's work it out. Let's do it
I
over.
like this dysfunction. It's good for my health.
But she was able to even take a stand and say, I'm going to work on myself.
Right.
And I love me more.
Right.
And she ended the relationship.
That's the bottom line. You just said something I feel like it's so key right there, that you do have to love yourself to want more and to take less and to accept and no longer to accept less. Like, if you're not in this 110, then you take your 90%, whatever percent you're not in, take it and give it to some other female. Because over here, I need 110. I need all or nothing.
That's probably why he wasn't honest with her, because he knew that the honesty would be something that she needed to kind of close the door. Or maybe he felt like she wasn't going to care regardless, because he said that he was like, we were going to get married, but you decided to change your mind. But being honest with her was going to be the nail to the coffin. She was going to be like, the relationship is over with.
You know what? I'm just saying all this stuff. I'm grabbing it. Some women, I feel like some men cannot 100% be honest with women because of their response. And I'll say this, like, I have a girlfriend, and I'll be like, your response. I'm like, girl, who? Wait, you're off the wall. Yes. Okay. Like, she can't you can't handle the truth. Like, you want to tell them, like, I want to open up to you, but at the same time, I don't want you barking at me. I don't want that response that I know I'm going to get. And then you be like, that's why I didn't tell you, because I didn't want you to act like that right there. Say that right there. That's why I didn't tell you. But I think when a man, this is just my perspective, everybody's different. When a man comes to you and he's vulnerable, my response is
respect is what she was going to say.
It's to respond in the same way he gave it to me. Right? Yeah. If you lie, I'll meet you on 10 too. We on 10. We both gonna be on 10. But if you come to me and you come, I'm like, okay, let me meet you where you are, because if you've been vulnerable with me, I have to receive that in a vulnerable way, because first of all, I feel like it's hard for men to be open. And when they come to you and they open, they make an expression, you have to receive it, because they're just wired differently.
I can kind of understand that.
I get that too. Chop my head out.
However, like, the response, you like, say you are being honest, right? You finally be honest, but you gone through the process of her being like, what's going on? You okay?
But
everything's okay. And then finally 2 weeks later, I just been this, that. And she'd be like, I've been asking this whole
time. You gotta respect that. He finally said something. I
feel like be vulnerable enough to say, hey babe, I'm feeling this way, or I've contemplated doing something. Before you do it, have that vulnerability, like, hey, I'm lacking here, and it kind of made me feel like I may have wanted to step out, or I feel like before you, not the vulnerability is not in confession. It's before you make that mistake. Be vulnerable beforehand, so you can avoid the mistake.
So okay. So you're saying like before. Okay, so I'm just saying like even in across the board in general, anytime there's a moment of vulnerability. Oh my God! Yes, thank you. Take it and season. You gotta like season it well. It's like a good tender meat. You gotta season it well. You gotta rub it well.
That's true.
And be like, okay. At any time, if a man come to you and say, "Hey, I've been whatever it is, I've been feeling like suicidal." Well, honey, why are you feeling this way or whatever? Let's talk about it. How can I help you? Like, you gotta just receive him in that moment. That's what I'm pretty much saying. Receive him in that moment. Thank you. And I know I'm wired just a little different. We know. But all in all, if you're in a relationship with someone and you feel like it's going nowhere and you've been doing like what she was doing, taking care of, and y'all not.
But wait. That also reminds me of, I know the topic we've discussed earlier is women doing wife duties without the
on the
ring.
girlfriend level.
And I think that's also what she was doing as well. Why you paying a man's bills and, you know, financially, you're not even his wife. And she was wasting all of these years, and now you did all this, put out all your money, these thousands of dollars, someone else now has him, and he was playing you the entire time. Like, set those boundaries.
She genuinely wanted to help him.
But that's not her place, though.
Well, I'm saying if she genuinely wanted to help him, she cared, then well, I get what you're saying.
Talk to a man about his finances. Give us some financial literacy. Hey, let's look at the finances. How can we maneuver this?
Well, okay, but if there's an immediate need, we don't have time to go to financial class.
Honey, A, B, C, D,
Yeah, you got an immediate need, and if I can help, see, I said I'm wired different. If I can help, if I have it, honey, you have it. That's the way I'm wired a little different. So that's the way I would do it. And it's not
But
to
would you
say,
be doing that in a relationship though? Would that be a relationship?
But he can't be real needy like that. Like if
no,
you, like,
so you're saying
like, no.
What? Pay how many times you gonna pay something?
Oh, I ain't paying a whole bunch of times. No, maybe
there
once.
has to be
I
a
know you get out of jail
limit.
one time.
But then see, I understand maybe helping him maybe once or twice, but then you have to put something in place. It's not continuous.
Like,
maybe you need this. Hey, let's tell me what you're bringing in. Let's see how we're gonna put this money to here. This. Like.
Yeah, so yeah, that's totally different. But if you have an immediate need, like you're about to be evicted and you need $5,000 for the mortgage, or the rent, I have $50,000.
She got your $5,000.
I'd be like, okay, here's your $5,000. Now, what do we need to do to make sure next month this doesn't happen? What kind of moves we need to make? Because you my man, you my boo, whatever. I just want to make sure you all right. That's how I am.
I don't know.
But
that's a lot, though.
I don't know if
that's a lot even to do in a relationship.
Even in a relationship, like because I would expect my man to have my back.
Right.
I'm like, that's my expectation. So I'm only gonna do for you what I expect you to do for me.
We say we dated.
But
your man.
But as a man, I feel like the man is not as a provider. I look at a man as a provider. So
A lot of
regardless
women
of
do,
the
a lot
status
of
of the
women do.
relationship,
Somebody may
Show
not consider
yourself.
themselves your man.
show yourself as a provider.
You need to establish that, right?
It's a double standard.
Because you ain't about to use man.
What would have killed me is the whole no eye contact. That would have killed me.
No eye contact?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have no eye contact with
Be
her?
like,
And that's right.
when she be talking to him, he wouldn't even like look at her.
Oh, see, I gotta watch the show, y'all. I gotta watch it. I haven't seen it, so I'm oblivious to a lot of this, but I'm just talking from like girlfriend to girlfriend experience, the girlfriend conversations we have with our girls. Yeah, from that, and then I have to watch the show. I have to watch it now. So I was trying to say, is it, I think you should definitely factor in how you value yourself. I feel like a lot of that goes back. Like, do you value yourself to know, I love myself more, or I'm worth more? You have to really know your worth, your value, to accept certain things and behaviors. And then sometimes we accept certain things and we devalue ourselves, or we start to lose value because we're accepting this this minuscule relationship or this unpurpose driven relationship, and it's not, even if you got a ring on it or not, it doesn't matter. There should be certain expectations you have of each other, and then there should be certain levels of what's the word we're talking about here, like value. I value you so much. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say this. So I don't want to say I said, but I was in a long-term relationship, and it started to get real like crappy. And I was a teenager. I was a young lady. I was in college, and just that, I was like, I would be like, my love for you so much, I love you so much that certain things, I said, don't come out of my mouth, but your mouth is unfiltered towards me. So what I begin to question the love you have for me. I'm like, if I can be filtered and you can't be filtered, something's wrong with the love connection here. Like, Nick Rose be like, you be, I have a problem with that, but he thought it was okay. I was like, no, I got a problem with that. I said, I don't want to say you sorry, you this, you that, you that. I said, I hold back because I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I'm thinking about how you going to feel when I say that. I said, but if you ain't thinking about how I feel, something's wrong with your love for me. I don't say that. Having the same amount of consideration for each other. And that's one thing I'm big on. I'll tell anybody, I'm like, I like to be considered. In every way. Consider my feelings. When you go to the mall, consider me. Buy me some candles. When you at the store, pick me up a bag of popcorn. I like to be considered. And when you're talking to me in conversation, consider how I feel. If you don't respond back in the text, if you don't call me back, how's she gonna feel if I don't say, hey, this? That's what I like, That's good. I like to throw my plug in there. I like to be pursued like white on rice, You better chase me down. Gallop. I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh my goodness.
But this is what is it called? I don't even know what the name of the show is. I can't even. This is our review, basically.
Put a ring on it.
Put a ring on it review. Put a ring on it. Season finale review type thing.
Put a ring on it.
You guys, so if you have opinions, comments on the show as well, leave it down in the comment section. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And we love you guys.